And now we move on to the third item of interest on today's agenda, namely, do we have a doomsday device? And if so, what is it? As an alternative, there are three possibilities to consider. By secret executive order of President Eisenhower, the Jason scholars were ordered to study this scenario and make recommendations from their findings. The Jason Society confirmed the finding of the scientists and made three recommendations called Alternatives 1, 2, and 3. Alternative 1 was to use nuclear devices to blast holes in the stratosphere from which the heat and pollution could escape into space. This, along with the explosion of several hundred nuclear bombs high in the atmosphere, would create artificial holes in the ozone layer, allowing the harmful ultraviolet radiation of the sun to reach the Earth. The change would be gradual, occurring over a period of several months or even years. This would allow the human race to adapt to the higher levels of radiation before it became lethal. This alternative was the one deemed least likely to succeed due to the inherent nature of man and the additional damage the nuclear explosions would themselves create. Alternative 2 was to build a vast network of underground cities and tunnels in which a select representation of all cultures and occupations would survive and carry on the human race. This involved constructing vast underground shelters capable of sustaining human life indefinitely. The rest of humanity would be left to fend for themselves on the surface of the planet. Obviously, this alternative did not take into consideration the possibility of a nuclear holocaust, a pandemic, a solar flare, or any other number of potential disasters that could wipe out all life on the planet. However, it did allow for the continuation of the human race in the event of a global catastrophe. Alternative 3 was to exploit the alien and conventional technology in order for a select few to leave the Earth and establish colonies in outer space. Of the three, this was deemed the most likely to succeed, though it was also the most expensive and time-consuming. It is unknown how many people would be selected to participate in this program or how they would be chosen. However, it is known that the Joint Chiefs of Staff believed that 50,000 humans would be the minimum number that must be relocated off the planet in order to ensure the survival of the species. I am not able to either confirm or deny the existence of batch consignments, which would be used for the manual labor in the effort as a part of the plan. The Moon, codenamed Adam, would be the object of primary interest, followed by the planet Mars, codenamed Eve. As a delaying action, all three alternatives included birth control, sterilization, and the introduction of deadly microbes to control or slow the growth of the Earth's population. AIDS is only one result of these plans. There are others. It was decided, since the population must be reduced and controlled, that it would be in the best interest of the human race to rid ourselves of the undesirable elements of our society. Therefore, all three alternatives included the systematic elimination of criminals, the insane, and the feeble-minded. It appears that the previous 5 years of all-out underground construction had made significant progress by that time. In 1959, the Rand Corporation hosted a deep underground construction symposium. In the symposium report, machines are pictured and described which could bore a tunnel 45 feet in diameter at the rate of 5 feet per hour. It also displays pictures of huge tunnels and underground vaults containing what appear to be complex facilities and possibly even cities. It has been 63 years since President Eisenhower signed the National Security Directive 23-1, directing the Air Force to begin Project 69, which was to develop a nuclear device capable of being placed in orbit around the Earth. To date, no such device has ever been publicly acknowledged to exist. However, some believe that this directive was a cover for the development of the Sentinel-X anti-satellite weapon. It is known that a large portion of the $1.8 trillion appropriated for defense in the year 2021 was for the development of new and improved methods of destroying satellites. To date, no nation has ever admitted to developing a doomsday device, but the question remains, have we built it? And if so, who has it? And what is its purpose? If not a weapon of mass destruction, then what is its purpose?